Hello and welcome to Rickster's Realm. I'm Ricky, and today's video is going to be all about what is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect. I will have the timing figured out in the description box. Please choose whichever group you are most drawn to. I'm going to get started with group number 1. If you chose the first part, welcome to the reading. Let's get into this. Group number 1, what is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Let's see here. Group number 1. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay. Let's see here. Group number 1. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, let me see here. Group number 1. The messages I'm getting with these cards here, what I'm getting here, okay, the way these messages are going to come, the way these messages are coming through, I'm going to deliver them in a little bit more of a blunt format, just instead of me dancing around the messages for the next hour and not really saying anything. I'm going to try to save you some time here. I'm not trying to come across in a harsh, insensitive way. It's just to get the message across, okay? Because I do want to make it very clear that what I'm going to ramble on about, I do think it is linked and connected to something that's been very difficult and painful for you to go through, okay? So I want to make it very clear that I'm not trying to come across in an insensitive way. The way these messages are coming through, group number 1, for what it is that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect, you need to choose your battles wisely. For some of you, there's a lot of conflict here, and I feel that for some of you, you're wrapped up in some type of situation to where I feel like you'll pretty much do anything to appear right within the situation. That whoever's linked and connected to this energy, they have to be viewed as the loser, that you are the winner, that you come out on top, that you're right. But it's a feeling that this is getting out of hand. There's a feeling here, someone, again, willing to say and do anything, again, to appear right within a situation, to appear to be the winner. But this feels like an empty victory. It's hollow, is what I'm getting. And I feel like there's nothing but conflict and tension linked and connected to it. So even if you can say that you're the winner within something, are you really? Because it doesn't feel like there's anything positive coming through here, is what I'm getting. Someone's stuck in an energy, the way in which they're viewing something's very strict and rigid. I feel like something happened here to where, again, you feel you are 100% right within the situation and that the other person or whoever else is linked and connected, that they're wrong. Someone's in an energy of feeling that they're the victim within a situation, how things have unfolded, and again, that the other person is evil, they're the villain. This is really tricky energy because I think based on whatever's happened here, that there is a certain aspect of it that you do have a leg to stand on, okay? That if we were to just view it strictly from that angle, I think you could probably get everyone in the entire world to agree with you. But the problem is that there's a lot more that needs to be taken into consideration, which is not happening. I feel that, again, as long as we look at it from your perspective, then yes, you would be viewed as being the victim or right within the situation, something like that. But there's a lot more going on here that I feel you're not really wanting to accept or that you don't want other people to know about. And so I feel like someone's holding on so tightly to their version of something. For some of you, this has been going on for many, many years. And I think that makes it that much more difficult for you to separate yourself from this energy and from viewing things this way, going about things in this type of way. Because for some of you, this has been a consistent thing for you. So so for some of you, it could even be that there are certain aspects to this that you know don't fully resonate with you anymore, but you're so wrapped up in it, and that you've been going about things consistently for so long that you remain, how to explain this? You hold so tightly to that it's almost like you don't want to admit defeat within something. Or for some of you, you may feel that for you to even admit any type of defeat within something, for you to admit that maybe, even if it's only the tiniest little bit, that you are responsible for something, that you need to be held accountable for something, for some of you, I think you're trapped in this energy of feeling that, again, for you to admit anything, right, to where there's anything negative placed on you, you may feel that then you do have no leg to stand on in what you were originally going on about. But you do. That's what I'm getting. But I feel like someone is taking whatever has happened so personally, and that there's something, again, that the way in which you're viewing things, I feel you're looking at things from that angle because in some ways it makes you feel better. But yet on a deeper level, I think you know that it isn't completely authentic and real and true, that there is more that needs to be taken into consideration, but you don't like how that makes you feel. There's a strong energy here of someone wanting to blame another person or another situation for the circumstances they find themselves in. And again, I can't stress enough that if we take it from just that one angle, you do have a leg to stand on. And again, I think you are 100% right within that. But what's happening is you're completely running with that energy, creating that to be the full reality of the situation. But I feel like you're getting nowhere fast being stuck in that energy, because it is so strict and rigid, and there are other things that need to be taken into consideration here, which is not happening. But then I feel like there's nothing but conflict and tension then within the end result of this energy, is what I'm getting. There's a strong message coming through here, group number one, that what you don't see about yourself that's creating a negative effect, you are so sure that you're right about something and you're not. You're not to the fullest extent that you feel that you are. And for some of you, you are still completely blind to this. Like, you just are not able to see it from the angle at which you're viewing it. For others of you, you are aware of this on a deeper level, but you don't want to accept it. For some of you, I almost feel like you'd rather set yourself on fire than admit defeat within this, or again, to even just say for one little second that maybe you went about things in a wrong way, or that you wish you went about things in a different way. For some of you, there could be something going on linked and connected to this situation to where, again, you're wanting to blame another person, make the other person out to be the bad guy. But I think that there's something about this situation that you don't like how you went about things. You don't like a decision that you made. And for some of you, I actually think you're extremely mad at yourself. But you're trying to channel it in a different way. You're trying to shift that energy onto another person or another situation because you don't like how it makes you feel. So again, I feel like someone's just holding on so tightly to the one thing that they do have to fall back on, to where they are right within it. But I feel like this energy, I feel like it's doing nothing but hurting you. It's holding you back. It's creating this energy that's so restrictive, is what I'm getting. Let me pull some more cards. Let's see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay. Oh my gosh, group number one. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think on a deeper level, you know what I'm saying. Like, you know on a deeper level that something isn't quite right here. As much as you try to tell yourself, right, that you feel right within this, and for some of you, you'll tell anybody willing to listen your side of the story. Because again, you want to be viewed as the victim, or just that everything good is going to be linked and connected to you, and then the other person, they're the villain. Something like that is what I'm getting. But again, I think deep down inside, there's something about this energy that, again, it doesn't really resonate with you. You know that you're lying to yourself about something. There's something about the circumstances. You know that you're ignoring something that you really need to deal with and face and address. But again, you don't like how it makes you feel, or there's some other major challenge linked and connected to it. So you keep just trying to push it aside. Something like that is what I'm getting. What else am I getting here? What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Let me pull some more cards. Someone is just holding so tightly to needing to be right about something. But it's holding you back is what I'm getting. Okay. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay. Yeah, something's going on here. Group number 1. I feel like you need to get to the root issue of whatever this energy is, because it's very much holding you back. For some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of decisions that you've been making in your life stem from this energy, from you wanting to remain the victim within the situation. If you make decisions basically to keep the cycle going, right? To keep this story going based on your perspective, to keep the energy the same so that you can feel that you're continuously right within the situation. But like I said, you're not. You're not to the extent that you think you are or that you want to be within the situation. Again, I'm not saying that it's shifted then all onto the other person, but someone's not seeing things clearly here at all. I feel like someone feels that like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that it's weird. Like I almost feel like that you feel you can't get out of this energy, so you're just going to kind of keep going about things in the way that you have. But again, I feel like you're ignoring something that you know you need to deal with. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Yes, okay, for some of you, taking it back to that other message, I think, what am I trying to say here? That you may be more angry with yourself than with another person or with the situation for what it is. Yeah, for some of you, again, I wouldn't be surprised if you've made significant decisions in your life linked and connected to this nightmare. Like this is a feeling, how do I explain this? It's, how do I word this? I don't know, this doesn't even make any sense. Like I just feel like someone is in this energy. That's what it is. For some of you, you're way too worried about what other people think of you. That's a huge message here. Yeah, for some of you, you're wrapped up in this energy that, again, you don't want to be viewed as the bad one within the situation or the loser within the situation. It's like you want to be viewed as the winner, that you're the right one, that you didn't do anything wrong. Everything fell apart because of another person or another situation. But again, the way in which you're viewing things, I feel like it's doing nothing but just holding you back. Like it keeps you trapped and restricted. But yet I feel that the way in which you're going about things, I think the way in which you go about things is more so in the hopes that it's going to limit and restrict another person or another situation. But I feel like all of this energy has consistently been doing is holding you back and restricting you. Yeah, I feel for some of you, the way in which you've been going about things, I feel like you're making your situation more difficult. Yeah, for some of you, there's something to where I feel like someone's not wanting to admit defeat within something. Like someone doesn't want to be looked at in a way that someone could be like, oh, well, I think maybe they're the problem. Like that's why things fell apart. But again, it doesn't have to be where it's, again, so one-sided. I think there's truth to both sides to whatever is going on here. Like the way this message is coming through, to me, it's that this and that are true. But I think for some of you, you're stuck in an energy feeling that for you to be right within the situation, the other person has to be wrong. But that's not true. But again, for some of you, you've been holding on to that, again, making decisions based off of that. Again, for some of you, for many, many years. For some of you, like, I feel like this is ruining your life. This is a feeling of someone's holding a grudge. That's what I'm getting. Like, I feel like someone's almost in this energy of wanting revenge or feeling very vindictive. For some of you, again, I think something bad happened here to where someone said or did something that hurt you, negatively affected you in some type of way, to where, again, I think you do have a leg to stand on. If we only view it from just that one angle, yeah, you have a leg to stand on, and it's not right what happened. But I feel that the way in which you've been handling this negative situation, again, it's a feeling you're making it way more, you're making it more difficult for yourself than what it needs to be. And I feel like this has really gotten out of hand for some of you. Like this, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? There's a very stubborn energy here. Again, as someone feeling that they're right. For some of you, I think you're in such a stubborn energy that it almost feels impossible to get through to you, is how this is coming through. Because again, I think whatever's going on here, you're taking it so personally, and you don't like how that makes you feel. Like there's something about this situation you do not want to accept it. Like there's something about it that I feel like you're desperately trying to view it from this other angle and have that be that's the full reality of the situation. And so you're trying to kind of cram everything to fall under this one particular category, to where then, again, you can feel like you're just viewed in such a high light. But I don't think that's possible. Like, I think that there's more that needs to be taken into consideration here, which again, I think deep down inside, but you don't like how it makes you feel, how it makes you look. So you're desperately, again, holding on to viewing it from a different angle. Let's see what else we get here. Okay. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's creating a negative effect? Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a past energy, okay? So there's someone or something from your past that you have not been able to heal and move on from. Again, I think you tell yourself that you have. I think you tell anybody else willing to listen that this doesn't bother you anymore, that everything's fine, you're good, you feel right within the situation, blah, blah, blah. But again, deep down inside, there's no truth to it. Because, okay, let's look at it from this angle. If the way in which you've been going about things, if that was true and real, right? Like to the fullest extent of whatever's happened here, I think you would be able to let it go. I think the reason you're not able to let it go is because deep down inside, you're not 100% right about it. That you have contributed to things playing out the way that they have. Or that even after whatever negative stuff has happened, that there have been decisions that you've made, right? That energy just falls back on you. To where then again, the way in which things have been unfolding, that you're not happy with. Again, it's a feeling that when anything bad happens, I feel like you're wanting to shift it onto another person or to whatever this specific experience is for you. But again, I feel like there's something going on here to where you need to be very honest with yourself and hold yourself accountable. But there's something very freeing about doing that. Because the way in which you've been going about things, I feel like that's just keeping you stuck. And I don't know. I feel like I just keep saying the same thing over and over again, but there's just something here where I feel like there's something that you need to accept. Like you fully need to accept something so that you can heal and move on from it. But again, I think someone just, again, keeps desperately trying to go about it in any way that they possibly can, except for throwing themselves into the mix. And be like, okay, how have I contributed to this playing out the way that it has? Yeah, something like that is what I'm getting. And I do want to say that, my heart goes out to you because this is a very difficult energy to deal with. And again, I can tell based on what's happened, I do think that you've been hurt. So you do have a leg to stand on, right? In whatever's happened and the angle which you're viewing it from. But that you need to try to look at this from a higher perspective, because there is a different way that you can view this so that you can free yourself from it, and then you won't be trapped and restricted by this energy. Yes, another message I'm getting for some of you, this is screaming the type of scenario to where, what's that saying? You drink poison, but you expect the other person to die. Okay, something like that's what I'm getting. Someone is trapped in this negative energy where I feel like you just keep hurting yourself over and over again. But yet in some ways, I think that this energy that you have or that you're kind of putting out there, you may feel that it's actually negatively affecting another person. But I think when it's all said and done, the negative effect falls more on you than it does to another person. There's just something, again, I don't know how else to explain it. There's something that, again, you're holding on so tightly to that, again, you just feel that you are 100% right within it. But again, these cards are telling me that you're not, and that you need to be looking at it from a different angle, from a higher perspective. So those are the messages coming through for group number 1. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go on to group number 2. Okay, group number 2, welcome to the reading. Let's get into this. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect? Let's see here. Group number 2, what is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect? What else we get here? Group number 2. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay. Let me see here. Group number 2. The messages I'm getting with these cards here. Okay, what is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, for some of you, what I'm getting here, this is a feeling of you not trusting your intuition. For some of you, I feel that this is a feeling that really, based on any type of situation, it's a feeling that you'll get a gut feeling about someone or something. Like maybe you'll be doubting something. You'll be like, I don't know about this person or this situation. But you don't listen to yourself. You go ahead and go do whatever you're going to do, linked and connected to this doubt. And then you end up finding out later on down the line you were right from the very beginning, and that you shouldn't have been trusting this person or the situation, and that things basically did play out in the way that you were kind of thinking, right? You had this energy of doubt. You're like, I don't know about this. But that you don't listen to that. You don't trust that. You don't follow. That inner guidance is what I'm getting. For some of you, what it is that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect It's a feeling for some of you. How do I word this? Okay, for some of you, it's an energy here of you like trying to impress people, or how do I explain this? Something about, I don't know if you just try to impress the wrong people, or it's a feeling that wherever you're putting your time and energy and whatnot, it's a feeling that, I don't know if I'm going to say nothing comes out of it, but it's a feeling that, again, to take it back to the earlier message, where I feel that whatever you are putting your time and energy into initially, it's a feeling you already know it isn't going to work. But you'll do it anyways, end up being right, like realize, yeah, it didn't work. But yet, it's almost like you already kind of knew before you were going to do it that it wasn't going to work. But that you do it anyways, so then that feels like wasted energy. What else am I getting here? What is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect? Okay. This is coming through in a little bit more of a specific way, but for some of you, how do I word this? You may, oh my God, how do I word it? Okay, there's a feeling here of someone, okay, how do I explain this? Okay, I think it has something to do with your approach. What I'm getting here, so I'm going to do this based on someone dating. Okay, so the way this is coming through, this would be where, yeah, let's say you're just interested in dating people or whatever. It could be where whatever you would do to be flirting with someone or to try to impress someone, something like that, there's a feeling here of someone doing the exact same thing, no matter who they're interacting with. But what I'm getting here, it's a feeling that I feel it would work out better for you to go about things in a more individual way, right? Like to know who it is that you're dealing with, and then to customize the energy is what I'm getting. Right? So yeah, maybe this pickup line, you're going to use that on this person, but it would never work on this person over here. But yet it's a feeling like, I feel like someone's just doing anything to see what sticks, right? Like you'll just do anything, just kind of see what works, where I feel like it would be better for you to be more intentional. That's how I want to word it. To be more intentional about what it is that you're doing. Because this is a feeling, again, of someone very much doubting whatever it is that they're doing. It's a feeling like if this actually worked out, you'd be very surprised. But oh my God, I didn't actually think that was going to work. So the message I'm getting here is for you to go about things in a very intentional way, that you feel you're setting yourself up for success within whatever it is that you're doing. Let me see what else we get here. What you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect. Okay, another message I'm getting, take what resonates, I'm all over the place here. For some of you, this doubt that's coming through, that for some of you, that's the most dominant energy, and that you're stopping yourself. You're not even trying at all, right? To where you could be impressing people, having what it is that you want with other people, but that you're worried about getting your heart broken or feeling rejected in some type of way, so you don't even put yourself out there. You don't even try, is what I'm getting. Let's see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect? For some of you, you may be stuck in this energy of perfectionism, right? Just being worried that everything has to be absolutely perfect for you to be accepted, but there's no truth to that. There's an energy here or kind of guidance coming through here for someone to kind of blend what they feel to be like the positive and negative aspects that make them who they are, and to kind of balance that energy out as best they can to blend that energy together as best that they can, because there's something very attractive about that energy being blended together, because there's something relatable about it, is what I'm getting. Yeah, for some of you, you're worried that you have to be perfect to be accepted and included. But again, I really don't feel there's any truth to that. And in some ways, I almost feel that that could actually hinder someone. Because if you're walking around like you're absolutely perfect, well, no one can relate to that. So then they're like, well, I don't know what to do with this piece of perfection, right? So let's see what else we get here. Group number 2, what is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, for some of you, there's a lot of doubt here, to where whatever it is that you're wanting, again, you stop yourself before you even try. You talk yourself out of it. You think, oh, what's the point? None of this is going to play out to my liking anyway. So there's a feeling that there's no effort being put into whatever it is that you're doing or whatever it is that you want. Okay, but again, there's something else. I'm going to take it back to these 2 cards here. But then for some of you, it's a feeling that you need to go about things in a more authentic way, to not try too hard. So again, this is weird because the messages are conflicting. For some of you, again, it's a feeling that there's no effort. You're not even trying, right? Because you're just worried you're going to be rejected or get your heart broken. So you're not even putting yourself out there. For others of you, you're just doing anything, right? You'll just kind of just do anything that you think might work. And that you're just hoping something's going to, kind of play out to your liking. Some of you, again, are trapped in an energy feeling you have to be absolutely perfect. But again, I feel the opposite's true. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Yeah, for some of you, you do. It's like you feel like you have to be absolutely perfect, but you don't. Let's see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, the angle at which you're viewing things, okay? I feel that your perspective is very limiting. Yeah, I feel like you need to see things from a completely different perspective is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like you're holding yourself back, or it's very limiting the way in which you're going about things. Again, you need to be more intentional about what it is that you're doing. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? For some of you, you get trapped thinking about all the negative, not noticing the pros within a situation. And then again, I feel like you just kind of talk yourself out of it. Okay, what is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? There's something coming through here. I feel like you need to do something to where you're feeling confident and secure from within. Okay, for some of you, this may be linked and connected to a lack of finances, that you just feel you don't really have things figured out within your world. But there is a stronger message coming through here that for some of you, even if you're just rolling in piles of money right now, like you don't even know what to do with all of your money, for some of you, you still feel empty inside. Like you still feel like you don't feel as confident and secure is what you would like to. Whether, again, you have everything in the world or you have nothing, there's still some type of feeling of emptiness from within is what I'm getting, and that needs to be dealt with and addressed. Yeah, the way this is coming through, group number 2, I think you're a lot more amazing than what you are aware of. Like for some of you, I think you may be really hard on yourself. Like there's something coming through here where I feel like if you were to get what it is that you want, you'd be surprised. You'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe that actually happened. But I feel like you should be in that energy of expecting something really great to come about into your world. But again, I feel like linked and connected to your efforts, right? Which again, I think in some ways, we could step that up a notch. But again, I think all of this is stemming then from you not feeling good enough. Like for some of you, you feel it would be a complete waste of your time and energy to be going about things in a different way, like to go after what it is that you want because you feel like you're not going to get it anyways. But yeah, I think you're really great, and you don't see yourself how other people do. Or again, something where someone feels like they need to be absolutely perfect, but you don't. And again, there's something about that energy that then people can relate to that. And I'm not saying to go so far to the opposite extreme. You don't have to, go on a rampage about, everything horrible you've ever done and, the worst parts of your character and stuff like that. But there's just something here about that you don't need to be perfect. That's what I'm getting. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect? There's something really precious about you. Yeah, for some of you, there's something here that you don't feel you're good enough. You feel you have to do more, be more, acquire more, something like that, but there's no truth to that. Okay, for some of you, if that's been your experience, right? Like let's say, you could write a whole story about, nightmare situations to where you have evidence, right? Like to back up how you're thinking and feeling about something, to where, you have been putting effort in and you're just getting nowhere fast. If that's the case, it's because whoever you're trying to impress clearly is a nightmare, and you need to be going about it in a different way. So for some of you, there could be something going on here that I don't know if you've been left feeling like you're not good enough based on other people that you have been linked and connected to. There's something really precious and there's something really amazing about you. Yeah, I don't know. There's something. There's something really sweet about you. There's something very valuable that you bring to the table, that you would bring to a connection, something like that is what I'm getting. It's priceless. Let's see what else we get here. Yeah, for some of you, I think your energy or your focus is being channeled in the wrong direction. Your focus is on the wrong thing. For some of you, I feel that who you are as a person, you're just a wonderful human being. I feel like you treat people good. Like there's something about your energy. Again, it's precious, it's sweet. Like there's something really wonderful about you. But I feel that for some of you, you're getting trapped in this energy of putting too much focus on superficial things, is what I'm getting. And again, you may feel like you're lacking within certain things, right? That will fall under that category. But when it's all said and done, those things don't matter. And the right person isn't going to care. So if you're trying to impress someone and they're like, oh, what do you mean you don't have $1 million? Tell them to get lost. Right? Be like, yeah, I don't. Get away from me. Go find someone else with $1 million. You know what I mean? Or if someone's going to be giving you a hard time based off of what you look like, right? Just anything that's a superficial thing. And don't get me wrong, of course we need to be attracted to whoever we're going to be linked and connected to. But there's just something with these energies that I feel, again, that someone's focus is kind of just not being channeled in the right direction, or that there's something very insignificant to where that's where the energy's going. But again, it's like to where someone feels like something's lacking, but it's a feeling that even if there's truth to that, it's nothing of substance. So then it ultimately doesn't matter, is what I'm getting. Let's see what else we get. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a major shift in how you're thinking and feeling about yourself, another person, a situation you find yourself in. For some of you, I think on a deeper level, there is something else that's resonating with you on a deeper level, but that you may not be in an energy yet of fully wanting to accept that, is what I'm getting. What else am I getting here? What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, yeah, for some of you, I do. I think that there is something else that you're feeling more confident about now within your world. Something else is resonating with you on a deeper level. But I think that there could be major changes linked and connected to that maybe has you feeling a bit overwhelmed or anxious within your situation. For some of you, you may just not really know how to handle that energy and maybe the drastic changes that go along with it. I'm going to pull one more card. Let's see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay. Group number 2. The messages I'm getting with this card here, what you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. Okay. There's a need here to be getting to the root issue of something. Like to come up with a solution, right? To just be whining and complaining about your situation and how things are not to your liking. Nothing's going to change within that, right? Complaining about something doesn't bring about a change. Like you need to be focused on a solution, coming up with some type of answer, to find some way, right, of dealing with energy in a different kind of way, to bring about a different outcome. But again, I feel like you need to be viewing your situation from a completely different angle. To wherever you are feeling trapped and restricted, group number 2, I feel you can release yourself from that. But for some of you, I feel like so much energy is being how to explain it? There's so much energy linked and connected to someone just highlighting what they feel is wrong within the situation or wrong about themselves, but not putting any time and energy into actually changing it. Like someone needs to come up with a solution here. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, you're going to keep getting the same thing. What is it that you don't see about yourself? Okay. For some of you, what I'm getting here is that, if you, again, for some of you, I feel like you keep doing the same thing, right? So your approach, you kind of have the same type of approach no matter what it is that you're doing to try to bring about, whatever it is you desire. But again, for some of you, there's something lacking from within. Like there's something that you need to deal with from within to get to the root issue of something, to be able to understand something on a deeper level. For some of you, there's too much focus again on the external. That someone's like looking outside of themselves to try to solve the problem, where I feel like the answer lies within, and that there's inner work that needs to be done to deal with whatever is going on here to create like positive changes and improvements. And again, I do think that something happened here, group number 2, that again, there's been a major transformation within your life to how you're thinking and feeling about yourself, another person, a situation, something like that. But that I feel you need to fully acknowledge that or fully accept that, and what goes along with that is what I'm getting. For some of you, I don't know if maybe you feel like you're kind of torn in 2 different directions. You may be in a weird kind of phase of transition. Like there's a period of transition where, how to explain this? Some of you may be wrapped up in an energy to where maybe certain aspects of your old life still resonate with you, but now there's other things that you're wanting to incorporate, or again, you're viewing things from a completely different angle and perspective now, to where there's certain things that, again, I think you felt very confident about, that very much resonated with you right down to the core of your being at one point in time. But again, I feel there's been a major transformation within that energy. And again, that needs to be acknowledged and then fully incorporated into your life is what I'm getting. For some of you, there may be something going on here to where again, there's a certain aspect of something internally that has shifted and changed for you. but nothing's changed in your external reality yet. And so there may be a feeling of internal conflict is what I'm getting. Like things aren't completely aligned the way that you want them to be. And another message I'm getting here, it's about you needing to be extremely honest with yourself is what I'm getting to what really does resonate with you. So those are the messages coming through for group number 2. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3, welcome to the reading. Let's get into this. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect? Group number 3, let's see here. What you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. Okay, let's see here. Group number 3. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay. For some of you, what I'm getting here, I feel that what you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect, there's some type of negative influence here, is what I'm getting, okay? For some of you, what you don't see about yourself is that for some of you, you are easily influenced by other people, that you may be very quick to take on what someone else thinks and feels and believes about a person or a situation without using your own discernment, without trusting your own intuition, that you'll just kind of blindly take on what resonates with another person. And there is something about this energy that I do feel it is having a negative effect. For some of you, though, I will say that, how do I explain this? That the way in which you are viewing whatever's going on here, linked and connected to these messages, that you may feel that you are going about things in the way that you are because you feel that there will be a positive change or outcome. But what I'm getting here, though, is that it very well could be that to where I feel you're being negatively influenced. It could be that whoever's linked and connected to that the way in which they go about things, right, to where I feel that you would be imitating that energy, maybe it is a positive outcome for that other person, for other people going about things in a similar type of way. But again, I don't feel that that's your outcome. There's something, okay, very specific message here. For some of you, this may be linked and connected to a situation to where you're almost feeling a bit desperate to change the outcome, desperate to have things play out in a different type of way, to where maybe the original plan or the original way in which you were going about things, you did not get to your desired result and outcome. For some of you, in the beginning stages of whatever this is, you may actually feel that the way in which you were going about things, which I think for the most part probably was authentic, that something bad happened from that. And so now you're wanting to drastically change your approach to something. So again, this is a feeling of someone going about things in whatever way they do, it doesn't work out. Now they're viewing someone going about it in a different way, but maybe getting to their desired result and outcome. So then again, it's a feeling here, someone being easily influenced. Like, okay, well, they went about it like this, this, and this, and it played out well for them, so I'm going to do the exact same thing. For some of you, I feel like that's happened. That's what's currently going on. But again, this is coming through in a way that you are not getting the same result, or I don't think you are going to get the same result. There is something wrong here, is what I'm getting. Like something, there's a feeling here of something going wrong, of there being a negative result or outcome to something, and it feels unnecessary, is what I'm getting. For some of you, how do I word this? Yeah, there's an energy here, someone not really thinking through what they're doing. Again, for some of you, I don't know if you're just fixated on the end result of something. And for some of you, you may just be in this energy of just being desperate, just wanting what you want, that you don't really care how you have to go about getting it. I'm going to pull some more cards. So let's see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself? Okay, so yeah, for some of you, what you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect. For some of you, you may get trapped in an energy that once things get difficult, you want to give up, right? That you may lose hope easily, right? That when, again, things kind of go off track a bit or there's a difficult negative energy to deal with, that you want to just kind of abandon whatever it is that you were doing once things get difficult. Let me see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, for some of you, what I'm getting with this card here, this is a feeling of, I feel like someone needs to let their guard down. Like, I feel that it would be beneficial for you to connect with someone on a deeper level emotionally, but I think that has you feeling vulnerable. And so for some of you, you may actually go too far to an opposite extreme, where I don't know if maybe at certain times, if your energy is a bit more harsh and abrasive, if that's resonating with you, I do feel that, again, it's stemming from a deeper issue to where you don't want to be viewed as being vulnerable or weak. So you take things too far to an opposite extreme. But again, there's some type of negative influence there, though. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? I just feel like there's something about the way in which you're viewing things or how you're going about things. I feel like it's creating a prison for you. Like, it's making a situation more difficult or more challenging for you to get out of. But yet, I feel in some ways you feel that your approach is going to have the opposite effect, right? That it's going to get you out of whatever difficult situation you feel that you're in. But again, I feel that there needs to be a change within that approach. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, for some of you, I feel like healing is needed. For some of you, there's something very difficult that you've been having to go through that I think is affecting you on a very deep level, that I think there's certain aspects of it that you're not really wanting to face and deal with. And I think it's starting to manifest in other ways, like it's coming out in other ways. And I feel like you're trying to balance that energy, you're trying to deal with that energy as best that you can. And for some of you, I feel like someone's approach needs to be more gentle and patient and compassionate, but I feel like someone's energy feels more strict and harsh, and like there's nothing gentle about it, is what I'm getting. But I feel like that would be the best approach. Let's see what else we get here. What you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. Group number 3. Okay. There is something coming through here about, how do I explain this? There's a feeling here of someone outgrowing someone or something, right? That something's not really resonating with you anymore, that you go about things in a different way, that you've been able to learn and grow from a situation. Something like that is what I'm getting. What you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. I'm going to pull some more cards. There's something, I don't know. It's weird. In some ways, there's a very restrictive energy here, but yet I feel like someone wants to break free from that restriction, right? Like that someone's outgrowing someone or something. Okay, for some of you, I feel like you need to be very honest with yourself about whatever it is you have going on here, because for some of you, you have outgrown a person or a situation. And I think that there may be a lot of conflict within that you know, right? You need to go about things in a different way. Like that things are not resonating with you on the level that they used to. But I think that there could be challenges and obstacles linked and connected to you going about things in a different way. And again, there's just something here that someone's approach, like the way in which you're going about things based on how you're feeling within your current circumstances. For some of you, like, I feel like you're making things worse. Like you're being negatively influenced by someone or something. And it's weird because in some ways it's like you think you're doing the right thing. But again, for some of you, this could be linked and connected to whatever this energy is, and maybe it has worked for another person or it is working, but I feel like you need to go about it in a different way. Let's see what else we get here. What you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. Okay. For some of you, and I take it back to these two, I think that your intuition is trying to guide you in a particular direction. I feel like the universe is sending you signs and symbols. And this is weird. For some of you, the energy feels very conflicting. Like I feel in some ways that you know you're receiving information, that you could go about things this way or you could go about things this way. And it's a feeling that, again, one way seems, it seems divinely guided, and it feels healing, and there's an energy of love and patience, and it's forgiving, and there's compassion there. The other energy, it's more harsh and abrasive. I feel like there's a negative influence linked to it. There's a selfish energy as well that I'm getting. So it's weird. In some ways, I feel like, you know, that there's certain ways in which you're being guided to go about things, but yet I don't know if you're struggling to fully trust that and to let your intuition guide you, so that, again, for some of you, you're being negatively influenced. Yeah, let me see what else we get here. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Okay, group number 3. What I'm getting with this card here, again, I feel like someone is very easily influenced by other people. Like your energy feels very scattered. It feels like it flits from thing to thing. I feel like one moment you want this, the next moment you want that. Maybe if you're interacting with this one person over here, then you want to go about things in this one way. But then if you're going to talk to other people and they have a different perspective, then maybe you're going to be influenced and you go about it in a different way. This energy is very indecisive. It's scattered. It's not grounded. It's very wishy-washy is what I'm getting. There's something here where I feel like you need to be trusting yourself, but I feel like that's the issue. Like I feel like you don't trust yourself. So it's a feeling like just at any point in time, again, that you could so easily be swayed in going about things that doesn't ultimately resonate with you. But again, for some of you, I don't know if you're just looking at the end result of something and thinking, okay, well, they went about it like that and it worked for them, so I guess I'll do that and hope for the best. But there's a lot that's not being taken into consideration that makes that a positive situation or outcome for another person, to where that's most likely not going to play out for you. Let me see what else we get. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Again, I feel like the universe is guiding you in a particular direction, trying to show you the way. And this is weird. For some of you, I almost feel like you've been asking for a certain sign and symbol for confirmation of something to lead you in a particular direction, but it's a feeling like you're not taking it seriously, or you're doubting to trust, these intuitive hunches that you get. or you talk yourself out of it, or maybe you are fully all about this energy until this other negative influence comes creeping in. What is it that you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect? Yeah, there's just something about this energy that when I take it back to what I feel is this negative influence, it feels so unnecessary. I feel that everything that makes you who you are, everything that you have surrounding you, it's a feeling that you're so much better than this other energy. You're so much more than this other energy. So I think for some of you, you're having a difficult time trusting yourself. So you feel you have to go to other people for their opinion, but then again, it's a feeling like if someone goes off on a tangent onto something else, then you feel you have to then alter what you were originally going to do to then go with what resonates to whatever someone else is going on about. There's something really precious about you. And there's something to where I feel this other energy is beneath you, to where I don't even know why you're entertaining it. I don't know. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. What you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. Yeah, for some of you, I don't know if you just don't realize how great you are, and so you end up settling for things that are less than what you deserve, or again, to be easily influenced. Yeah, in some ways, this is really weird the way this is coming through. For some of you, again, it's a feeling that whatever this negative influence is, it's a feeling that I feel that you are much more mature and wise than whatever this other energy is. And again, it's not about placing people in different categories and rating people and things like that, but there is something here that, do you know what I mean? If you know that you do things to a certain standard and you go about things in a particular way to where it's like we can file you under a particular category to where you're sitting pretty good, you're not going to go to someone that's way less than that energy because they're not going to be able to bring anything of value. Yeah, the message I'm getting, it's that message of don't go to someone for advice that you wouldn't take criticism from. Again, probably butchering that saying, but whatever that saying is, right? That, yeah, if you wouldn't go to them for advice, don't take their criticism. And that says a lot. And I feel like something like that's happening here, though. To where I feel like the way in which you view things to what it is that you could bring to the table, I feel is a lot more than whatever you think you would be gaining from interacting with these other people or to whatever this negative influence is. I don't feel that this other person or these other people can even offer you anything that you would feel it truly is of value. Because you sit so much higher than them. Again, like there's something about this that doesn't make any sense. But again, I think you're doubting yourself. So again, you feel like maybe you need to go to other people or something like that. But I feel that the people you're going to are beneath you. Like you'd be further ahead just trusting yourself, going off of what your intuition's telling you, than whatever this negative influence is. I don't know. Let me see what else we get. Group number 3. What you don't see about yourself that's causing a negative effect. Yes. Oh my God. It's everything I just said. Okay. Group number 3. There's something here of someone being so quick to change their mind on what really does resonate with them. This is a feeling that, let's say you're interacting with someone and you truly are on the same page as that person. You want the same things. You look at things from a very similar perspective. So you can feel good within that energy. You're being your authentic self. You're saying and going about things in a way that really resonates with you. You're not pretending. But then you're going to go talk to someone else who thinks, feels, and believes the complete opposite. This is a feeling that then you'll try to mold yourself in to being what the other person wants or needs within the situation, whatever resonates with them. It's a feeling then you'll try to absorb that information and take on what you feel the other person wants or needs or is going to accept. But it's a feeling like that doesn't really resonate with you. At one point in time, it's a lie, right? It's either a lie in the very beginning, right? That you don't actually think, feel, and believe whatever to whoever you're, first interacting with. And then maybe the next person's like, oh no, I think and feel this, blah, blah, blah. And you'd be like, oh yeah, that's how I really truly think and feel, right? So something's going on here where someone's so easily swayed, or that they very much show up in that energy. So let me backpedal. For some of you, you're going to know deep down inside, right, to what truly resonates with you, whether you're honest about that to other people or not. You're going to know, right, what's truly meaningful to you. But there is an energy here of someone verbalizing it, though. Like, it would be a feeling. I do, and it's so quick. Like, this could be something to where maybe for years and years you went on and on about, oh, how much you love this and you love that and this is so meaningful to you, blah, blah, blah. But then a week and a half later, when you talk to someone else who's like, oh, I'm not into that at all, I can't stand that, I don't like it, da-da-da, whatever, then I almost feel like that's just it. For some of you, you take it on personally. That if someone disagrees with you, if someone isn't all about whatever you're all about, to where you're putting your time and energy to how you view something, you feel like you need to change how you go about it, or at least to how you would express it to another person, to still feel like you're going to be accepted and included. Yeah, for some of you, this is kind of silly, but it's coming through in a way that for some of you, it's like you think if you disagree with someone that you're not going to be accepted. But there is something about this energy, though, that it's very wishy-washy. Because what you don't see about yourself that's having a negative effect, okay, I'm not trying to sound harsh here, but it's just, I can only read the cards to how they come through. This type of energy, this can be very difficult for people to trust people that fall under this energy, because we never know what we're going to get with you, right? Because, okay, well, yeah, you think, feel, and believe that right now because of who you're interacting with. But what happens when you're dealing with another person tomorrow and they don't think, feel, and believe that, and they want to go about it in a different way? Then are you going to change your mind, or are you going to hold on to what you said the other day? Right? So there is something about that energy that I think people feel uncomfortable being, doing anything that would be serious linked into this energy, because there's an unpredictable energy or quality about it. That, again, we don't know where we stand with you. We don't know what's going to happen in any given moment, because it's a feeling here that you don't know yourself really well, or that even if you do, again, if deep down inside you know exactly what you think and feel and believe about anything, what you want, there's still an energy here that you don't feel comfortable enough standing firm within that energy, though. Again, that you would be easily swayed and influenced based on who you're interacting with. So yeah, there's a message here about you needing to go about things in a way that truly resonates with you, and to stand firm on that. If someone else doesn't agree, they don't agree. And someone who's going to straight up dislike you because of that says way more about the other person than it ever would about you. Right? There's just something here about needing to go about things in the most authentic way possible. And yeah, for some of you, I think you've been living your life for other people, going about things in a way that, again, you feel you're going to be accepted and included. But then all that happens within that energy is you end up living a life that's for everyone else. Anything positive, yeah, if it happens to be something that you are truly happy about, then you can enjoy that. But anything negative, any difficulties or challenges that come about within your world to where you're living your life for other people, well, these people that you've been negatively influenced by, they don't have to deal with the nightmare consequences of decisions that you've made just because you want to be accepted and included, linked and connected to these other people that really, when it's all said and done, they probably don't care either. Right? So there's something here about you needing to be very honest with yourself and to be going about things in a way that you feel confident about it. And if you have to stand alone within that energy, then so be it. Because then there's something about that energy that, again, it still ends up being a positive, because then people know what they get with you. Like, they know where they stand with you. Like, the energy, it's more stable and secure is what I'm getting. And that's a very attractive quality. And so, yeah, I definitely just feel that you need to be going about things in a way that truly resonates with you. And yeah, don't worry about what other people think of you is what I'm getting. So those are the messages coming through for group number 3. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And that's it. I'm going to go away now.